Welcome back, folks, to FlashPoint Weekend Update. Now, I apologize for the lack of videos this week because I was sick with the hay fever and allergies this week. So, it's that time of the year. Wonderful. But the biggest news this week was the release of 9.18 on the EU and RU server. So, it was a shitstorm on the North American server for a week-ish, but now it's hitting a larger player base, because that's where the majority of World of Tanks players are at. So, shit hurricane, but did the scheme for the light tank camo, emblems, and inscription work? So that's where the tier shift reimbursement of those camo stuff, did it work out for you guys? Because it pretty much did for our server. So I was wondering about the last minute disclaimer on the Chinese light tank review, where they said that there may be a new change for the emblem and other stuff. So I don't know, but let me know in the comments below about this scheme on the other servers. So okay, but yeah, there was a recent micro patch to smooth out the matchmaker a little bit better. So it was like top tier artilleries, like 3 of them versus 3 light tanks or 3 medium tanks. So now there are a few more limitations or conditions. So no more super artillery at the top, as well as balance for artilleries and tank destroyers and light tanks. So pretty decent micro patch, but yeah, the EU and the RU server did not experience the pre-micro patch version of 9.18. So okay, but the lab rats at the North American server got rewarded with 3 days of premium time and a bunch of personal reserves, basically for server issues. Well, I didn't experience that many server issues for the actual servers. I mean, there are people stealing my internet, so I go beat them up, but as for the out of my reach, nothing much. Not that much problem. So yeah, thank you for the free premium days, I guess. So alright, pays to play on the North American server, but there is a new feature imported from the RU server called trade-in. So this is basically selling your premium tanks for gold discount. It's not like selling your premium tanks for half the gold that you keep in your garage. You just get a discount for a premium tank of a higher tier. And that's it. Kinda useless in my honest opinion, because first of all, if you already have a premium tank, you probably already researched that vehicle and you want to buy it and keep it. So unless you have buyer's remorse, that's your fault. So this is only for those who got like super buyer remorse. Alright, but it also could work for those tanks you got from tankrewards.com or from On Track event on the North American server. But this feature was first implemented on the RU server, where they don't get all those goody features. So they don't get goody free premium tanks at tier 5 or tier 6 every month if they play hard enough or grind hard enough. So what's the point? I don't know. Whatever. New feature, it's limited until like middle of May, so whatevs. But other big news for this week was the Supertest server for 9.19. So this patch is going to be a little bit smaller, a lot smaller than 9.18, but there's going to be rank battles, so 15 versus 15, tier 10 only. So I believe you would play this mode if you already have a tier 10 vehicle and if you don't want to fight artillery, because it's pretty hard to get XP in artillery. So in short, this is artillery free mode, I believe, but the rewards are not that significant in my honest opinion. So you would earn like stripes or chevrons, as they call it, towards your rank. So that basically the higher the rank, the more rewards you get. But in the list of all the rewards, it said that you can only get like personal reserves as well as like modifications and that's pretty much like crew XP modifications, other stuff, but that's pretty much it. They did not mention a paint job like special camo or a premium tank out of it, so I highly doubt that this is going to be super competitive with a bunch of gold shell everywhere and always medium tanks. I kinda doubt that, but if you're going to put like a premium tank as the final reward for the highest ranking, then holy crap, it's going to be like the T-25 pilot mission. So pilot number 1 mission, all players just clusterfuck and gold shell everywhere. So I mean, it's a double-edged sword. So you want to have this mode, but you don't want to give out a lot of good stuff. Otherwise, it's just toxic with a bunch of gold shell and cluster fucking and all the meta tanks. Wonderful. There's new garage UI for 9.19. So here you can see with the season ranking of the rank mode, whatever. There is the new UI for the mission tab, as well as the discount tab. So you can see the discounts to not spend that much money. Alright. There's better management tools for clan members, more medals for stronghold, tank company mode, company battle mode has been removed, 12 vehicles are converted to HD, possible armor tweaks, we'll figure that out when the test server is live, but it seems that the stock turret for the STA-1, the STA-1, has better gun depression from 7 degrees to 10 now, the same as on the elite turret. So yeah, I mean stock grind buff, I guess. But there's 4 new vehicles: the Tiger 131 from Bovington Tank Museum, the Tank Museum, the WZ-120 tank destroyers, as well as the T-103 tank destroyer, which is the Su-100Y's brother with a turret. There's also buffs to the Matlet armor for the Shermans, the Sherman EZ-8, the Fury, and the Jumbo. So that's pretty sweet because American tanks features gun depression and turret armor. So even better now, hopefully. And the 9.19 test server should be live next week with the patch hitting around the second half of May. So this patch should be somewhat small. A lot smaller than 9.18, obviously, but I would like to see how the ranked battle modes would play out, as well as the new vehicles added. So, yeah, okay. But in the works vehicles are the Tiger 131, which is basically nearly identical to the stats of the Japanese Tiger 1. So, it's a reskin, basically a Schwarz Panzer 58 to the Panzer 58 Mutz. So, I mean, 2 viable skins, but one's green with the Japanese logo, one's the Denkenbub, German word for yellow, Denkenbleb. Oh, sure, my German sucks, but it's the yellow painting for the Tiger 1 in Bovington Tank Museum. So, alright, but next up is the WZ-120 tank destroyers. One is the 122, similar to the Su-122-44. Not the Su-122-44, 54. As well as one is with the 130, so like a larger Su-100Y that does not look like a box tank. So those are the vehicles, as well as this thing. The brother to the Su-100Y, the large T-103. So this is the box tank with a larger turret, and or with a turret and 130, but now it's buffed. So now it has 200mm of turret armor, where it is actually viable because it's sloped. And originally it's 100mm, so now it's a lot more competitive at tier 8. But okay, so for next week, I'll do the leak videos about the WZ-111 5A, as well as these other vehicles when the test server is live. So hopefully it's live next week, but we're moving at a pretty rapid pace. Pretty rapid compared to the previous patches like 9.17 or 9.16. It took like 3 months or 4 months. So finally, for the end of this video, I want to talk about the model of the XM551 Sheridan. So I thought this model was pretty decent. I mean, originally without the junk at the front, it looks kinda eh. But now with the grill, it's alright. So I kinda like this model, but a lot of players don't like it. So let me know in the comments below about how you feel about the XM551 Sheridan in the game, or if you think all light tanks are junk. But I like it. So Milky Man is working on the actual model for the Sheridan, so conversion for the tank files. Always support him because I think what he do is pretty astounding. So one of these three pictures is not like the other. Can you guess which one? This one is actually in-game picture with Photoshop black and white scale or grayscale form, so looks pretty nice compared to the original Sheridan at the top with 105. So holy crap, he does an amazing job. But I always wonder, why couldn't we have the Stingray turret on the Sheridan in the game? I mean, then again, this gun fires APDS, discarding Sable. Or it could be like the L7, a modified version of the L7, the rifle version, not the smoothbore. There was a talking too much, but it fires still APDS, but it was a rifle gun, not a smoothbore gun. So yeah, Stingray turret on the Sheridan, pretty sweet looking. So here is a picture of Americans with Russians at the end of World War II in Europe. So this was captured or taken on film in May 6th of 1945. So it's a rare picture. It shows Americans and Russians happy in one picture. So currently, yeah, the relationship between America and Russia is not that great. Well, it hasn't been that great for like 60 years plus, so kind of a oxymoronic picture, I guess. But finally, we have the gross total earnings of all the PC games as well as console games gathered by Superdata. So we already saw this for February, but this is for March. So World of Tanks is at 5th. Still the same ranking, I believe, but yeah, there's a new Westward Journey online too. So this is a Chinese MMORPG, I believe, or Korean, one of which, but MMORPGs are dime a dozen. So there you go, folks. Flashpoint for the week of April 28th, 2017. I'm still a little bit wheezy from the hay fever. I took a lot of allergy medicine. It was pretty rough. So yeah, I do get it. Allergies. What a first world problem. I mean, think about it. Allergies are immunity deficiency towards pollen. I mean, talk about this to like kids in Africa. It's like, dude, what the frick? I live in shitholes. We dive into shit rivers. We have the best immunity in the world. You're allergic to pollen? You sissy. So there you go, folks. Flashpoint for the week. So I'll see you guys next week with the release of 9.19 test server. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.